Good morning, guys. Are you getting my voice?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Are you getting the clarity in the voice? Okay, guys. Today we are going to see a new concept, that is the congestion control algorithms. We have to see what is meant by congestion in the network and how to control the congestion in the network. That we have to see in the today's class. Voice okay kadandi? I hope the voice is okay to you. Now, when we come to the congestion, simply in our language, congestion means traffic. Whenever too much packets are there in the network, okay, it will create the congestion. The too much packets which are present in the network will create the congestion in the network. That means that traffic in the network will be increased, which is called as the congestion. We can call that one as a congestion. Clear? Now see, whenever too many packets are in the network, which causes packet delay or and loss that degrades performance. Okay, whenever too much packets are in the network, it will create the delay of the packet delivery as well as it will degrade the performance of the network. That situation is called as congestion. We call the situation in which too many packets in the network causes the packet delay as well as the degrading the performance of the network. It is known as the congestion. Like our normal traffic, whenever traffic is more, okay, the time taken for to reach destination will be increased. That means packet delay will be increased. Here means the time taken for reaching destination will be increased, as well as performance will be decreased. Okay, the performance will be degraded. That means the total transport performance will be degraded. That situation is called as the congestion. Okay, for the congestion, the network layer and transport layers are responsible for handling the congestion. Whenever congestion occurs in the network, who is responsible for are responsible for handling of the congestion in the network. Whenever congestion occurs, these two are responsible for handling that situation. Since congestion occurs within the network, it is the network layer that directly experiences it. Okay, it must ultimately determine what to do with the excess packets. Even though the network layer and transport layer are responsible for handling the congestion. Okay, since congestion is occurring in the network layer is the person who is directly experiencing the congestion. The congestion will create problem directly to the network layer only. Why? Because it is occurring in the network. Clear? So whenever congestion occurs, immediately network layer has to respond to do something to reduce the excess packets. Immediately the network layer has to determine what to do to reduce the excess packets. It is his responsibility to do something for reducing the number of excess packets that is present in the network. Why? Because he is the person who is directly experiencing the problem with congestion. Clear? The most effective way to control congestion is to reduce the load that the transport layer is placing on the network. The best solution for reducing the congestion is to regulate the transport layer to send the less number of packets. Okay, to regulate the transport layer to send less number of packets into the network layer. That is the most effective solution for the congestion control. Okay, the best solution for the network layer is immediately network layer will request the transport layer, please send only less number of packets, please send the less loaded packets into the, okay, it will make a request to the transport layer. It will make the transport layer to release less number of packets into the network layer. It is the most effective way to control the congestion in the network. Okay, this solution requires both network and transport layers to work together. To achieve this solution, the transport layer, network layer has to together. They have to synchronously work to achieve this solution. Clear? This is the basic things about the network. What is a congestion means? Whenever too many packets are in the network, it is called the congestion. It will create congestion in the network. It is the responsibility of the network layer and transport layer to handle this congestion. One best solution is to reduce the load that transport layer is placing on the network. The transport layer has to reduce the load it is giving to the network layer. It is the best solution to reduce the network. See the following, which indicates the situation of congestion. Whenever congestion occurred, what will happen? It will explain the situation very clearly by seeing this diagram. See, generally in the network, whenever we are sending the packets, the number of packets sent and the number of packets delivered are directly proportional. When more number of packets are released into the network, more number of deliveries will be there. Okay, the number of packets sent into the network and number of packets delivered to the destinations are proportional. That's why see the line. It is increasing constantly. Proportionally, it is increasing. Whenever the number of packets are increasing, now, okay, number of packets delivered are also increasing proportionally. This is generally what will happen. Okay, it will proportionally increase with increase in the number of packets sent and number of packets delivered. Both will increase synchronously. After some point of time, what will happen is, if we are sending too many packets into the network, if we are sending more number of packets into the network, it will increase, the number of packets delivered will increase up to some period of time. After some period of time, if we increase more than the desirable, if we send more number of packets than the desirable, what will happen is, okay, whenever we are releasing too much packets into the network for delivery, after some point of time, congestion will occur and the number of packets delivered will be degraded. Okay, after some point after up to some time, if you increase the number of packets sent, the number of packets delivered will also increase. After reaching the maximum carrying capacity, okay, after reaching the maximum carrying capacity of the network, if you still increase the number of packets, then congestion will occur in the network, and due to the result of congestion, the packets delivery will be degraded. The total number of packets delivered will be degraded. That means the packets will be missed in the network and the performance of the network will be degraded. That is the thing. So there is a direct proportional relationship between packets sent and packets delivered. Up to some level, okay, they will increase proportionally. After some point of time, if you still increase the packets sent, the packets delivered will degrade drastically. It will downfall. The number of packets delivered will downfall drastically immediately after some point of time. Why? Because the network has reached its capacity. After reaching the maximum carrying capacity, the performance of the network will be degraded, which results in the losing of the packets which are to be delivered. That's okay. That situation is called the congestion. Okay, this situation can be called as a congestion. Clear? This is a diagrammatic representation of the congestion in the network. See the points about the diagrammatic explanation about the diagram means when number of packets supposed to send into the network is well within its carrying capacity, the number delivered is proportional to the number sent. Whenever the number of packets released into the network is within the carrying capacity, then the number delivered is proportional to the number sent. If twice as many are sent, twice as many are delivered. However, whenever the load reaches the carrying capacity, okay, whenever the load reaches the carrying capacity, all the buffers inside the rotors are filled. Whenever the load reaches the carrying capacity, automatically, okay, all the memory of the rotors are already filled with the existing packets, so that whenever new packets occur, there is no memory inside the buffers of the rotors. So automatically some packets will be lost. That is called traffic burst. We call that situation as a traffic burst, in which the rotors are unable to store the information about some rotors. Why? Because already their memory is full, their buffer memory is full in storing the details about the arriving packets. Automatically, after the memory is full, some packets will be lost. Okay, these lost packets consume the sum of the capacity, so number of delivered packets fall below the ideal curve. As a result of this lost packets, okay, the number of packets delivered falls below the ideal curve. The curve for delivery of the packets will be downfall, will take downfall. See this diagram. Up to some time, packets delivered are also increased up to some point of time. After reaching some time, what happened is, up to some time they are parallelly proportionally increasing. Whenever they are proportionally increasing, after some time what happened is, still if the number of packets has increased, after reaching the maximum carrying capacity of the subnet, what happened is the rotor is unable to store the information about the packets. Since rotors are unable to store the information about the packets, okay, we are going to lose those packets. The packet delivery is drastically going down. After reaching the maximum carrying capacity, the packets delivery process is drastically going down. It is proportionally increasing up to some time, then it is drastically going down. If number of packets are still increased, it will drastically going down. That situation is called the congestion. We call that situation as a congestion in the network. We call that situation as a congestion in network. Now, what are the factors for congestion in the network means? What are the reasons for getting congestion in the network means? There are several reasons are there for a congestion in the network. Okay, one reason is at a time, all of a sudden at a time, from 3-4 input lines, the packets are released into the network and all need the same output line. At a time, from 3-4 input lines, multiple packets are entered into the network which wants to go to the same output line. Okay, that is one situation where there is a chance of getting congestion. Okay, see, at a time on the road, multiple vehicles has entered into the road which wants to go to same destination. All those vehicles which entered into the road from different directions wants to go to the same destination, then it will increase the congestion. That is the one situation. When traffic junction is 4 roads will be there. From 3 roads at a time, multiple vehicles has came. All wants to go in the 4th line only. If we name the 4 roads in the junction as A, B, C, D, then from A, B, C, multiple vehicles are released at a time. All these multiple vehicles which are coming from these 3 roads wants to go to use the same 4th road. Automatically, congestion will occur on the 4th road. That is one situation which is the need, which is caused the congestion. If all of sudden streams of packets arriving on 3 or 4 input lines and all need the same output line. Okay, as a result, the memory of the rotors will be over. and the packets will be lost. That is one situation of where there is a chance of getting the congestion. The next chance of getting congestion is slow processors will also cause congestion. Whenever the processors are slow, okay, that means the rotors CPUs are slow in doing the updating the tables. Whenever the rotor CPU is slow, whenever the packets arrive, they will slowly update their tables. Okay, since they are taking more time for updating the slave tables, okay, excess packets are continuously packets are coming, but the rotor is unable to match up the speed with the arriving speed. It is unable to handle that speed. So as a result, congestion will occur. Slow processors present in the rotor CPU rotor will also reason for causing of the congestion. Man toll gate this one, for example, there is a toll gate on the road. Okay, while vehicles are coming, if the toll gate persons are faster to send the vehicles through the toll gate, there is no problem at all. But the toll gate persons are very slow in sending the packets through the toll gate. Okay, whenever the vehicles are coming, they are slow. They are slowly taking the toll gate fees. They are slowly allowing the vehicles to go out of the toll gate. As a result, what will happen? The vehicles are coming very fastly. Huge vehicles are coming. Huge number of vehicles are coming. But the toll gate persons are very slow in collecting the toll gate fees. As a result, there is a chance of getting traffic problem. Same situation will occur in the network also. The slow processors of the rotors, okay, will also cause congestion. Why? Because if the CPUs in the rotors are slow, they will update the routing table slowly. Okay, the queues and the tables will be updated very slowly. As a result, congestion, there is a chance of getting congestion. Similarly, one more reason is low bandwidth lines also cause the congestion. For example, the road is small road, one line road, single line road is there. Even multiple vehicles are more number of vehicles are coming, but the road is single line. The road is smaller one, single line road. There is a chance of getting traffic jam. Single road is koni, okay, incoming vehicles, outgoing vehicles, anni ekkuva vastunnai. Road single line road anukondi, automatically traffic jam will be there. Similarly, low bandwidth lines will also cause the congestion. These are the some factors for that where the chance of getting congestion in the network. The slow processors present in the rotors may also cause the congestion. That is the second chance of getting congestion. Low bandwidth will also may also cause the congestion. These are the three different reasons or three different factors where there is a chance of getting congestion in the network. Clear? So these are the some factors for getting congestion in the network. Now, for these factors, we will get congestion. Whenever congestion occurs, what to do? How to control the congestion which is occurring in the network? So we have to see some approaches for congestion control in the network. Okay, we have to see some approaches for congestion control in the network. The presence of congestion means the load is greater than the resources that can handle. Congestion means meaning the load in the network is more than the resources available in the network that can handle the load. Okay, traffic jam if the roads are small, less available than the number of vehicles, we will get the traffic jam. That is the thing. Okay, so whenever congestion occurs due to the lack of resources, so two solutions are there to handle the congestion. One solution is increase the resources. One solution is increase the resources, or the other solution is decrease the load. See, traffic jam అవుతుందంటే మనకు రెండు ఆప్షన్స్ ఉన్నాయండి. దానికి రీజన్స్ రెండు అయి ఉండొచ్చు. అది స్మాలర్ రోడ్ అయితే jam. Otherwise, the number of vehicles are very more. Okay, road అన్న small అయి ఉండాలి. Okay, since the road is very small, we are getting the traffic jam. So what is the solution for this one? One option is increase the roads, extend the roads. A single line road, two-way roads, or 4-line or 8-line. We have to extend the roads is one solution. That means when congestion occurs in the network, to prevent the congestion, increase the resources. That is one option, like increasing the roads. If increasing of the road is not possible, if the extending of the road is not possible, decrease the number of vehicles, stop number of vehicles. By keeping some checkposts, we will stop the number of vehicles entering into the road. That is called controlling the load. Okay. In the network, whenever the number of
మీ వాయిస్ మ్యూట్ లో పడింది సార్.
ఓ షిట్, ఇప్పుడు దా మ్యూట్ లో పడిందండి. నేను అరిసిందంటే అరణ్య రోదరేనా? ఓకే గైస్, వెన్ వి కమ్ టు దిస్ వన్, ఇప్పుడు ఓకే కదండి వాయిస్?
Yes, sir.
See, generally congestion occurs whenever the load is greater than the number of resources. When we will get the congestion in the network, means the basic reason for the occurring of congestion is the load is greater than the resources. మనకి ట్రాఫిక్ జామ్ ఎప్పుడు వస్తుందంటే if the roads are less than the number of vehicles, if the roads are not sufficient to handle all the vehicles, then only we will get the traffic jam. Similarly, in the network also, the congestion will occur whenever the load in the network is more than the resources available. So whenever this situation occurs, two solutions will be there. We will get two solutions. One solution is either we have to increase the resources or we have to decrease the load. Clear? Two solutions will be there whenever the load is greater than the resources. One solution is increase the resources. The other solution is decrease the load. Okay, if possible, we will extend the roads. If possible, we will extend the roads. If the extension of the road is not possible, we have to decrease the load in that road. In that road, we have to decrease the load. మీకు పిడిగిరాల దగ్గర లోకల్ పీపుల్కి అయితే బ్రాహ్మణపల్లి ఐడియా ఉందని, పిడిగిరాల దగ్గర బ్రాహ్మణపల్లి, మనకు బ్రాహ్మణపల్లికి వెళ్ళారనుకోండి, అవుటర్ రింగ్ రోడ్ వేసాడు. అవుటర్ రోడ్ ఈస్ గివెన్. ఊళ్ళో నుంచి వెహికల్ రోడ్డు వేయకుండా హీ గివెన్ ద అవుటర్ రింగ్ రోడ్. బ్రాహ్మణపల్లికి ఎందుకు ఇచ్చాడు అంటే, while they are extending the roads in that village, it is not possible to extend the roads. వాళ్ళు ఎవరు ఒప్పుకోలేదు రోడ్ ఎక్స్టెండ్ చేయడానికి. సిన్స్ దర్ ఈస్ నో ఆప్షన్ టు ఎక్స్టెండ్ దట్ రోడ్, వాళ్ళకి రోడ్ ఎక్స్టెండ్ చేసే ఆప్షన్ లేదు కాబట్టి ఆ ఊళ్ళోకి వచ్చే వెహికల్స్ తగ్గించడం కోసం దే హ్యావ్ గివెన్ ఏ సపరేట్ లైన్, outer ring road వేసండి. దే హ్యావ్ గివెన్ ఆ స్మాల్ విలేజ్ కూడా దే హ్యావ్ గివెన్ ఏ outer ring road. For that village itself, they have given the outer ring road to reduce the number of vehicles entering into the vehicle into that village. And అక్కడ ఏంటంటే ఎక్స్టెండ్ చేయడం కుదరలేదు. we are unable to increase the resources, so they reduced the load. So whenever it is possible, we will extend the number of resources or we have to decrease the load. These are the two solutions we have to control the congestion. Clear? Now we will see some techniques that we are going to use to implement the congestion control. Okay, in the diagrammatic form we are giving some techniques which we are going to use to reduce the congestion in the network. See, the first technique we are going to use is network provisioning. The next one is traffic aware routing. The third one is admission control. Fourth one is traffic throttling. The fifth one is load shedding. These are the various techniques or approaches we are going to use for congestion control in the network. Okay, if there is a less congestion, there is a middle, if there is a less congestion, we will go for the network provisioning. If there is a, if the congestion range is increasing, then we will shift to traffic awareing. Still, if the congestion is more, we will go for admission control. If it is not suitable, then we will go for traffic throttling. If it is also not suitable to handle the congestion, we will go for load shedding. These are the 5 things. Network provisioning is slowly it will show the result. When we compare with remaining ones, network provisioning will give the slow result. Okay, somewhat faster than network provisioning is traffic aware routing. It is give result more fast than the network provisioning. Admission control will give the result more faster than the traffic awarening. Traffic throttling is somewhat better than the admission control. Load shedding is the final solution. If these four doesn't work, the final solution is load shedding, which will fastly reduce the congestion. Okay, to fastly reduce the congestion in the network, the final option is the load shedding. By using the load shedding, we can immediately, fastly, it is reactive. Immediately, it will reduce the congestion in the network. Okay, these are the different ways are there: network provisioning, traffic aware routing, admission control, traffic throttling, and load shedding. First one is the first better and the slower technique is network provisioning. Basing on that name, can you guess what is this technique? A name based చేసుకుని guess చేయగలరండి. What is this network provisioning? What is that network provisioning? Network provisioning means increase the resources. Network resources are to be increased. The first technique for reducing the congestion in the network is increase the network resources. That is the first technique we have. Network provisioning. Resources increase చేసుకుంటూ వెళ్ళాలి. But this is a slow process. When resources increase చేయాలంటే immediately not possible. This increasing of resources will slowly decrease the congestion. It immediately don't reduce the congestion. It will slowly decrease the congestion. For example, road extend చేయాలనుకున్నాము, traffic jam అవుతుంది రెగ్యులర్ గా. So to reduce the traffic jam, the first solution we are going is extending of the roads. But it is not an immediate solution. Extending roads will not give immediate solution. It will take more time to extend the roads. Roads extend చేయడం మన టైం పడుతుంది. So it will slowly give the result. It is a slow process. Okay, it will react slowly. That is the first solution is network provisioning. Simply in our language, providing more number of resources, increasing the number of resources to reduce the congestion. If it is not possible to extend the roads, the next one is traffic aware routing. Traffic aware routing. What is this traffic aware routing? Can you guess this one? Traffic aware routing. We will route the packets basing on the awareness of the traffic. Okay. For example, whenever we have a traffic jams in the city, okay, they will alert the vehicles. Okay, the passengers, the vehicle drivers are alerted with the traffic information. FM radio, okay, radio Mirchi, FM, all these people will alert that they will give the traffic information. Traffic information will be updated in the radio. FM radio lo traffic information istu untarandi. This road is busy, so it's better to take another road. Immediately the driver will take another road. Okay, whenever the driver wants to enter into some road, okay, the traffic awareness will be given to him. The status of the traffic in that road will be intimated to the driver, so that he will make decision to change his route. That is the traffic aware routing. Basing on the awareness of the traffic in the network, the routing decisions will be modified. మన distance vector తీసుకున్నామండి. Every time the routing tables are updated. The routing tables will be updated basing on the traffic in the network. A traffic mare koddi the network routing tables will be changed. Okay, whenever a packet wants to take some output line, basing on the traffic information, it will select the output lines basing on the traffic information. That is the second option, traffic aware routing. If it is also not possible, okay, traffic awareness possible avaledu, cities ante FM radio untundi కాబట్టి it is possible to give the traffic updates. Akka traffic constables untaru, traffic. Okay, next they will have the FM radios of cities unnai కాబట్టి regularly they will get the traffic details. They will guide the drivers. All cities are not possible. This one, villages, when we take the small towns or villages, that the FM facility is not there, traffic constables are not there to give the traffic information. Then the option is admission control. The third option is the, if traffic aware routing is also not possible, then the third option is admission control. What is this admission control? Controlling the number of packets entering into the network. Okay, we have to do some technique to control the number of packets entering into the network. That is the admission control. Since traffic aware routing is also not possible, we will go for the admission control, in which we are trying to control the number of packets coming into the lines. Okay, whenever any line has heavy traffic, any line have too many packets, we will control the new packets to enter into that line. We will control the new packets to enter into that line. That is the admission control. We are going to control the number of packets entering into the network to reduce the congestion. That is the admission control. Next, if it is also not possible, మనం కంట్రోల్ చేయలేకపోయాం అనుకోండి, then the next option is the traffic throttling. Here traffic throttling means we will inform to the source who are generating packets. Okay, we will send feedback information to the source routers who are generating packets about the traffic information. Okay, we will inform, మనం వాటిని కంట్రోల్ చేయలేకపోతే we will inform to the source routers who are creating that packets. We will send to the information to the source machine who is generating those packets about the traffic information. Feedback will be given to the source. Please produce less number of packets as network you have very high traffic is there in the network. Thus feedback will be given to the directly to the source who is producing the packets. That logic is the traffic throttling. Clear? And the information will be given to the source directly. That is called the traffic throttling. For example, RTC buses control చేయాలి, తక్కువ బస్సెస్ రావాలంటే డైరెక్ట్ గా ఆర్టీసీ డిపోకి ఇన్ఫార్మ్ చేస్తాం, ఈ రూట్ లో తక్కువ బస్సెస్ పంపించండి, మాకు ట్రాఫిక్ జామ్ అవుతుంది. లారీస్ ని కంట్రోల్ చేయాలి అంటే we will directly inform to the lorry owner association to send less vehicles in that route to reduce the number of vehicles. Okay, directly we will inform to the source about the feedback will be given to the source who is generating the packets to control the congestion. That is the fourth option. If it is also not worked, వాళ్ళు కూడా మన మాట వినలేదు, if it is also not worked, then finally the last option is load shedding. Here load shedding means remove some packets, forcibly remove some packets. మనం కొన్ని ప్యాకెట్స్ వదిలేస్తామండి, to reduce the traffic we will remove some packets. That is called the last option, load shedding. Final option is there which will fastly give the response. సింపుల్ గా మీరు కనుక ఈ గేమ్ ఆడుంటే, వైస్ సిటీ గేమ్ ఆడుంటే మీకు ఐడియా ఉంటుందండి. వైస్ సిటీ గేమ్ లో అయితే మనం ఎక్కువ మంది ఆడేది ఏంటంటే, ఆ రోడ్డు మీద వెహికల్స్ వెళ్తున్నప్పుడు ఎక్కువ ట్రాఫిక్ వస్తే ఆ వెహికల్స్ గుద్దుకుంటూ వెళ్ళిపోతామండి. we will throw the other vehicles outside. రోడ్డు మీన్స్ కొన్ని వెహికల్స్ పక్కకు నెట్టేస్తాం వైస్ సిటీ గేమ్ లో టు రెడ్యూస్ ద ట్రాఫిక్ ఆన్ ద రోడ్. వాళ్ళ లాజిక్ ఏంటంటే లోడ్ షెడ్డింగ్. అసలు రూట్ క్లియర్ చేయడం కోసం సింప్లీ దే విల్ క్లియర్ ద వెహికల్స్, కొన్ని వెహికల్స్ ని పక్కకు నెట్టేస్తాం. ఓకే, జనరల్లీ నేనైతే అదే చేస్తాను, గేమ్ ఆడేటప్పుడల్లా పొద్దుగూకులు వాటి వెనకాల వెళ్ళను, సింప్లీ వీ విల్ త్రో దెమ్ అవుట్ సైడ్. దట్ ఈస్ ద థింగ్. దీస్ ఆర్ ద వేరియస్ ఆప్షన్స్ వీ హ్యావ్. మనకి ఇవన్నీ 5 టెక్నిక్స్ ఆర్ దేర్ ఫర్ కంజెషన్ కంట్రోల్. The first technique is network provisioning. Second one is traffic aware routing. Third one admission control. Next traffic throttling, load shedding. First option, increase the resources. Adi possible avapothe give information about the traffic updates. Regularly we will update the traffic information to the packets, so they will select the less traffic routes other than the high traffic routes. If it is also not possible, we will go for admission control. We will try to control the number of packets entering into the output lines. We will try to control the number of packets coming into the network or number of packets entering into a particular output line. We will try to control. If it is also not possible, traffic throttling, we will send feedback information to the sources directly who is generating the packets. Please generate the packets slowly. We are facing this problem. If they are also not listening, finally we will throw the packets away. Simply we will throw the packets. Some packets will be discarded to reduce the network congestion. We will throw some packets away, some data will be removed. That is the load shedding. Clear? These are the techniques. Okay, when we come to these many techniques are there in that one. How to implement traffic aware routing means some techniques are there for implementing traffic aware routing. Some techniques are there for admission control. Some techniques are there for throttling. Some techniques are there for shedding. We will see each one again separately. Today we will briefly see these 5 things. Then again we will see these separately. Each one is a new one separate concept. We will see them detailedly. Now see the first one, network provisioning. The most basic way to avoid congestion is to build a network that is well matched to the traffic that it carries. The most basic way for the congestion controlling is we have to build a network which is matching to the traffic. Traffic match a network construct చేసుకోవాలి. Okay, if there is a low bandwidth link on the path which Okay, along which most traffic is directed, congestion is likely. మన లో బ్యాండ్ విత్ లింక్ వాడామనుకోండి, ఇన్ విచ్ ద ట్రాఫిక్ ఇస్ మోస్ట్ ట్రాఫిక్ ఇస్ గోయింగ్ ఆన్, కంజెషన్ విల్ కమ్. సో వాట్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు డూ, వీ హ్యావ్ టు డైనమికలీ ఇంక్రీజ్ ద బ్యాండ్ విత్ ఆఫ్ ద లింక్. ఒక లో బ్యాండ్ విత్ లింక్ తీసుకున్నాము, అందులో ఎక్కువ ప్యాకెట్స్ వెళ్తూ ఉంటే మనం ఇమీడియట్ గా చేయాల్సింది అంటే వీ హ్యావ్ టు ఇంక్రీజ్ ద బ్యాండ్ విత్ ఆఫ్ దట్ వన్. ఓకే, వీ హ్యావ్ టు ఇంక్రీజ్ ద రిసోర్సెస్. Resources can be added dynamically whenever there is a serious congestion. Whenever there is a congestion occurs in the network, immediately we have to increase the resources required. Low bandwidth unte high bandwidth, we have to increase the bandwidth. Routes saripoledante, we have to increase the number of routes. Okay, rotor memory is all apothe, we have to increase the memory of the rotors. Like that, whenever any resource is not sufficient, okay, due to lack of any resource, if congestion occurs, we have to increase that resource immediately. That is the first one, network provisioning. Okay, we have to upgrade the links, we have to upgrade the rotors regularly. We have to upgrade links and rotors basing on the network congestion in the network. We have to increase the resources. That is the first technique, network provisioning. Increase the network resources to avoid the congestion. Traffic increase అయ్యే కొద్ది రిసోర్సెస్ కూడా పెంచుకుంటూ వెళ్ళాలి. That is one option. This technique is called network provisioning and happens on a time scalable. This will happens on a time scalable or scale of months. అయితే రిసోర్సెస్ ఇంక్రీజ్ చేయాలంటే ఇమీడియట్ గా ఇంక్రీజ్ చేయలేమండి. ఒక్కోసారి డేస్ పట్టొచ్చు, మంత్స్ పట్టొచ్చు, ఇయర్స్ పట్టొచ్చు. ఎందుకంటే రిసోర్స్ ఇంక్రీజ్ చేయాలంటే వెంటనే మనకు పాసిబుల్ అవ్వదు. మనీ చూసుకోవాలి, ఆ రిసోర్స్ కొనుక్కొచ్చుకోవాలి, దాన్ని మన నెట్వర్క్ లోకి ఇంప్లిమెంట్ చేయాలి. రోడ్ ఎక్స్టెండ్ చేయాలంటే అనుకున్నంత ఈజీ కాదు. ఆ ముందు ల్యాండ్ పర్చేస్ చేయాలి, నెక్స్ట్ కాంట్రాక్ట్ కావాలి, ఆ రోడ్ ఎక్స్టెండ్ చేయాలంటే సమ్ డేస్ వర్క్ విల్ బి దేర్. అది ఒక్కోసారి డేస్ పట్టొచ్చు, మంత్స్ పట్టొచ్చు, ఎంత టైం అయినా పట్టొచ్చు. ఓకే, దిస్ విల్ హ్యాపెన్ ఆన్ ఏ టైమ్ స్కేల్ ఆఫ్ మంత్స్. నెల పడుతుందండి. దట్స్ వై ఇది స్లోగా రియాక్ట్ అవుతుంది. ఇట్ ఈజ్ ఏ స్లో రియాక్టివ్ వన్. కంజెషన్ వచ్చిన తర్వాత ఇది అప్లై చేస్తే మనకి రిజల్ట్ చాలా లేట్ గా వచ్చింది. The next one is traffic aware routing. Okay, we have to give information about the heavily trafficked routes. Okay, we have to intimate regularly. The packets has to be given information about the which routes are busy, which routes are less busy. We have to give the information about the traffic routes regularly. Okay, to make the most existing network capacity, routes can be tailored to traffic patterns that change during the day as network users wake and sleep in different time zones. Okay, మనకి ఏంటంటే వరల్డ్ లో డిఫరెంట్ టైం జోన్స్ ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి ఒక్కో టైంలో కొంతమంది స్లీప్ టైంలో ఉంటారు, కొంతమంది వేకప్ లో ఉంటారు. బేసింగ్ ఆన్ దట్ వన్, కొన్ని ఏరియాస్ నెట్వర్క్ ఎక్కువగా ఉంటుంది, కొన్ని ఏరియాస్ లో యూసేజ్ తక్కువగా ఉంటుంది. నైట్ టైం అనుకోండి, సిన్స్ మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ది పీపుల్ ఆర్ స్లీపింగ్, నైట్ 12 దాటితే మనకి నెట్వర్క్ తగ్గి లోడ్ విల్ బి రెడ్యూస్డ్ ఇన్ ద నెట్వర్క్. మార్నింగ్ 6 నుంచి ఈవినింగ్ 12 దాకా ఎక్కువగా ఉంటుందండి. బట్ వెన్ వీ కమ్ టు ద నైట్ 12 టు మార్నింగ్ 6, ద లోడ్ విల్ బి రెడ్యూస్డ్. ఎందుకంటే మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ది పీపుల్ ఇన్ దట్ ఏరియా ఈజ్ స్లీపింగ్. మీరు ఎక్కువగా చూస్తే నైట్ 9 నుంచి 12 దాకా ఎక్కువ లోడ్ ఉంటుందండి. ఎందుకంటే స్టూడెంట్స్ అందరూ నెట్ వాడేది ఆ టైంలోనే. నాట్ ఓన్లీ స్టూడెంట్స్, మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ది పీపుల్ ఇన్ ద వరల్డ్ ఆర్ యూజింగ్ నెట్ ఫ్రమ్ 9 to 12. మళ్ళీ 12 నుంచి మార్నింగ్ దాకా ద నెట్ లోడ్ విల్ బి రెడ్యూస్డ్. ఓకే, లైక్ దట్ the network traffic will be changed from time to time. The load on the network will be changed from time to time. So whenever the network traffic is changed in the network, that information has to be updated. Okay, we have to update the packets with that information. It is similar to that of the local radio stations having helicopters flying around the cities to report the road congestion. Okay, in some countries the local radio stations have helicopters which will fly around the cities to report the road congestion. So make it possible for the mobile listeners to route their packets around the hotspots. They will inform the mobile listeners to change the route. Okay, to change the routes. Okay, it is similar to that of the FM station which is updating the traffic information. This concept is, that is the traffic aware routing, in which the traffic information will be updated to the packets regularly, so that the packets will choose the less traffic routes. Instead of choosing the high traffic routes, they will choose the less traffic routes basing on the awareness created by the network. That is called the traffic aware routing. We will see what are the various techniques in this one. In the tomorrow's class we will see. The next one is admission control. If traffic awareness is not possible, then we have to go for the admission control. That means we have to try to control the number of packets entering into the network. Okay. We try to control the admission control. We try to control the new connections. New devices are not allowed into the network. New connections are not allowed to enter into the network. బాగా నెట్వర్క్ లోడ్ ఉంది ఆ టైంలో మనం మొబైల్ నెట్ రాదండి. డ్యూ టు హెవీ లోడ్ వీఆర్ అనేబుల్ టు కనెక్ట్ టు ఇంటర్నెట్. ఎందుకంటే ఓకే అడ్మిషన్ కంట్రోల్ వెన్ ఎవర్ హెవీ లోడ్ ఇస్ దేర్ న్యూ కనెక్షన్స్ ఆర్ నాట్ అలౌడ్ ఇన్ టు ద నెట్వర్క్. చాలా మందికి అందుకే మనకి సిగ్నల్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ వస్తూ ఉంటాయి. హెవీ లోడ్ ఉన్నప్పుడు ఏంటంటే న్యూ కనెక్షన్స్ ఆర్ నాట్ అలౌడ్. ఆ టైంలో మనం కాల్ చేసినా కనెక్ట్ అవ్వదు. నెట్ యూజ్ చేయాలన్నా వి ఆర్ అనేబుల్ టు థింక్. దట్ ఈస్ హియర్ దే ఆర్ అప్లయింగ్ ద admission control. Okay, whenever too much no load is there in the network, okay, new connections are not allowed. This technique is called admission control. New packets are not allowed to enter into the network. They will do something to stop the new packets to enter into the network. ఉన్న వాళ్ళతోనే లోడ్ ఎక్కువైతే కొత్త వాళ్ళని అలౌ చేస్తే ఇంకా లోడ్ పెరుగుతుంది కాబట్టి new people will be stopped outside the city itself to reduce the traffic in the city. The technique is the admission control. Next one is the traffic throttling. Okay, this traffic throttling concept is based on the feedback to the sources. Whenever congestion occurs in the network, that information about the congestion is given as a feedback to the sources. Whose traffic flow are responsible for the problem? Your packet flow అయితే మనకు problem create అవుతుందో, we will give information to that source. You are releasing too much packets which are creating congestion in the network. So please reduce your number of packets. A feedback will be given to the source whose packets are responsible for the problem in the network. Okay, whenever traffic increases in the network, that information will be given as a feedback to the source routers who are creating the traffic. That concept is called the traffic throttling. Whenever the information is given to the source will reduce the number of packets it wants to release. The source will reduce the number of packets. Basing on that concept, the traffic congestion can be controlled. This concept is called traffic throttling. We call this one as a traffic throttling, where feedback is given to the source of the packets. For the source of the packets, we will send the feedback. Okay. That we will see clearly how this, what are the problems in this one and how to include this one. Again, we will see in a separate concept. We will discuss more briefly about this traffic throttling also. We will discuss in more detail in the upcoming classes. Again, we will discuss. The final operation is the load shedding. If all the four techniques are failed, okay, then we will go for the last option, that is called load shedding. The network is forced to discard the packets that it cannot deliver. Whatever the excess packets are in the network, they will be forced to discard. We will make the network to discard the excess packets which it cannot deliver on time. That concept is called the load shedding. Okay, by using some good policy, we will choose the packets to discard. Okay, we will select the packets which are to be discarded to reduce the congestion. Which packets are to be discarded will be selected by using some algorithm, and those selected packets will be discarded. That concept is called load shedding. This concept is similar to that of our deadlock recovery andi. Meeku OS lo gurtunne untundi, recovery from deadlock. Whenever deadlock occurs, we have to use some technique recovery to the deadlock. To forcibly kill one process. The other process ni forcibly kill cheyali. Among all those processes which are in the deadlock, some process has to be forcibly killed to recover from that. Similar concept is using in the load shedding also. We will forcibly select some packets and we will discard those packets to reduce the congestion in the network. These are the 5 techniques for the admission control: network provisioning, traffic aware routing, admission control, traffic throttling, and finally the load shedding. Okay, again, each one have many algorithms are there. Tomorrow class, again, we will see clearly about what are the algorithms we are using see more clearly about these things in the upcoming classes. Okay, this is briefly the today's class. Okay, this is briefly about the today's class of things for the congestion control. What are the things that are available for the congestion control? Congestion control approaches: network provisioning, traffic aware routing, admission control, traffic throttling, and load. From the left to right, slow to faster. Load shifting is faster. Immediately it will give reaction. It will give the response. Somewhat slower is throttling. They will increase and decrease the things. This is briefly about the today's class on approaches to the congestion control. We will see these approaches to the congestion control in more detail in the upcoming classes. We will learn about these more clearly. We will learn about network provisioning in detail, traffic awareness, admission control, traffic throttling, load shedding. About all these things we will see in more clearly in the upcoming classes. Okay, this is briefly about the today's class. Again, we will meet in the next class. Is it okay, guys?
Okay, sir.
This one today's concept. Okay, again we will meet in the next class. Thank you very much.